Okay, so this is the third time I'm recording this video, and this is a follow up on my video that I did on the Ready or Not news that came out yesterday, with the news that was dropped in my lap through my email from Void Interactive themselves. And when I made that video yesterday, I was super pumped. I was super pumped when they said that the NDA was being lifted for this this PvP event, and that the build that was going to be sent to all the other supporters afterwards was going to be having the NDA lifted as well. I was super excited for it. I was really excited, and even some of the people that commented on my video thought so too. They thought, "Oh, that's fucking amazing. That sounds great. I can't wait for that to happen." Well, a day and a half later, I can say safely that is not the case anymore. I think people are very, very, very disappointed with what just happened yesterday and what is going on today. Because what Void Interactive put out there to the world, for the whole world to see, for the public, the interested public who are interested in this game, the people that were interested in possibly buying the game, the people that were wondering, the people that were wondering, is it worth buying the supporter edition? Is it worth paying the $100 dues? And I can say safely right now, based on what's out there right now, what is being played right now, what is being streamed, what is being put out there, and according to what streamers have to say, that answer is no. If you're thinking about paying $100 for this alpha right now, I'd say no. Unless you just really want to support this game's development and you want to see it succeed. That is the only reason I would recommend even bothering to do that right now. Because clearly it makes me wonder what's going on at Void Interactive, because what I am seeing on those streams is just astonishing, especially considering the fact that Void Interactive themselves in a devlog said the reason that they have their stringent NDA. That's the biggest thing about this game that is so infuriating, because the biggest thing for the several years this game's been in development, the thing, one of the main talking points people will talk about is this super mythical, super duper CIA top secret black level NDA. You can't talk about this game until we tell you to.
During this period, an NDA has been placed on the alpha for its full duration for two reasons. Firstly, Void does not want footage of the in-development system shown to the public, as it doesn't hold up to the standards held internally at the moment. That will be reached once the game has hit full release. The second reason is that Void would prefer a more focused feedback discussion to be amongst those who purchase the supporter edition and play the game.
You know, that was the big thing about this game for a while, which was how secretive people were, how tight-lipped they were. And here's the thing, in that video I made yesterday, I said that that was probably the best decision they could have made. Because a lot of early access games get this wrong, where they put out a game that's clearly not finished to the public. It still needs a lot of testing. It should, but the thing they fuck up is they put it out to the world too early, so that's the first impression everyone gets. So by the time people start writing their early access reviews for those games and they get negative review bombed because it's a piece of shit, their game is dead in the water. And that's not what Void Interactive did. They decided to go on their website and go, look, we have an NDA, you can't talk about this game. If you buy the $100 supporter edition, you get access to the alpha. It's only so you can alpha test the game, report feedback, all that kind of stuff. If there's bugs, let us know. We'll fix it. Fast forward several years later, they have this PvP event. They send this email to all the supporters, including me. And I was pumped. I was pumped for it. I'm not now. And the reason I'm not excited is because for them to go on about their standards, for how we want to give the public the best first impression possible, and then for that build to be sent out first to streamers so they can stream the game, the PvP build, first, before actually sending it to the supporters who aren't the content creators and not lifting the NDA. So that way those people can beat on it for a week or a few days or whatever. So that way they could fix it and then send it to these social media influencers, these streamers that play these kind of games for a living. Like Big Fry TV, Devil Dog Gamer, Clean, fucking Karma Cut. You know what the funniest part about this whole situation? Karma Cut, I follow Karma Cut. And Karma Cut was going to stream this game. In fact, he streamed it for 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes of showing that off to his audience, he said, fuck this, I'm playing Tarkov. Void Interactive, I have a serious question for you. Is that the actual first impression you want to give the public? Is that to the people who are actually interested in these kind of games, who are on the fence of whether they should pre-order the game? Is that really the first impression you wanted to give to people? Because I don't think that's the case. I really don't think that was the case at all. And that is a fucking shame. In fact, I was thinking today maybe they would have patched it by now. But just today, I got a comment from somebody on my YouTube page, and he ended up commenting on my video saying that it was a fucking disaster. And so I actually commented to him. I replied to him, and and when I was seeing those streams today, I was like, okay, well, it kind of looks like they've fixed some of the issues. But according to this guy, Lude SCP 1471, 1471A, this is what he said. It's not fixed, not at all. 15 minutes into playing, a streamer got the same bug that was present during the reveal. Opening the pause menu during a match gets you stuck in it. Holy shit, guys. What is going on over at Void Interactive? What is going on? Who's managing this thing? And here's the biggest problem I have. In fact, I have two big problems. First of all, why did they think that it was a good idea to push out PvP first when that's clearly not what people want? Big Fry TV, he made a video last night and he said it great. He made a great point. Why are you pushing out a fucking PvP build to streamers that is clearly not finished when there's clearly single player and co-op content that looks more polished, and even just based on the alpha that we have right now, which I won't get too into, even he's saying, Big Fire TV, even he's saying that the alpha that is currently available to us, all the supporters for the co-op, is much better than what they just put out. So why are they putting out this PvP build? Why? It begs the question. Because if it was up to me, if I was managing that studio and I saw what happened yesterday and I saw those reactions and saw those streamers having that horrible of a time, I would have talked to my team and went, okay, we need to, let's fuck this whole PvP shit. Let's put that on the back burner. Let's move that back and let's actually work on bringing the single player and co-op modes to the forefront first. And let's make that as polished as possible. But no, instead they want to appeal to the fucking multiplayer PvP crowd. You know, they want to appeal to the Rainbow Six Siege crowd, which is just the dumbest thing they could have done. They're not fucking Ubisoft. They're not fucking Capcom. They're not EA. No, you're not a company that has hundreds of millions of dollars backed behind you with shareholders. You're an indie development studio. So why are you making fucking AAA company decisions that they could get away with better than you guys can? Clearly. And the second thing that bothers me the most about this whole thing is the lack of communication. The huge lack of communication is just... this has not helped them at all. it's bad enough when you have this NDA, and which, here's the thing, that on its own was not a bad thing. But here's the thing, man. When you have an NDA and you don't communicate that much about what's going on in the game, and you just give vague updates about what to expect and blah blah blah, and you have devlogs and all these sort of things, but then you go silent for a long while, it builds this hype. I call this the Death Stranding effect. Because what happens is this game is in development for so long, you don't get much details about it. You hear about, you know, bits and pieces about it, but then when the game finally comes out, it's a disappointment. What gets shown off is so disappointing to people. And I know some people are going to say that Death Stranding was not disappointing to them. Fine. But it would have helped so much better if Void Interactive went out of their way to actually communicate to the people who are actually interested in this whole thing, in this game. And I want to say this right now, because here's the thing. Looking at that PvP, just looking at the assets alone, it's very clear that they've worked really hard on this. That they've worked really hard on making a very good-looking, polished AAA game. Hell, if you go to their YouTube page and you look at that gameplay reveal and you look at that, those trailers and those devlogs, what they have there's a diamond underneath all that. It looks like it's going to be a great fucking experience. But when the first thing that is shown off to the public, when they go on to talk about standards, and that's why we have the NDA, and then you finally lift that NDA, and then the first thing that people see is a shit, buggy PvP build that was clearly not QA tested. Just wow. It makes me really think that something must be going on over that studio. And I hope this was just a flash in the pan, just, decision. And hopefully from here on out, what ends up coming out is much better. Now, who knows if they're going to send out that PvP build, because they said that they were going to take the feedback from the streamers and the people who are playing this build, and that they were going to fix it and send it out to the supporters, which, again, makes me wonder why they didn't do that in the first place. I'm so disappointed right now because I want people to be excited about this game, but I can't, in good faith, say good things about something when it's clearly not ready. When it clearly needs more dev time. And here's the thing. The beta for this fucking game is supposed to be coming out in June. Who knows if that's going to happen? And if it does come out, is what they put out for this PvP event going to be representative of the beta that comes out? God, I hope not. God, I hope not. I hope that's not the case. Now, here's the thing. If they decide to send out a more polished PvP build, I'm going to make a video on it. I'm going to play it myself. I'm going to see how it is. And I'll even try to provide feedback to the development team. But but Void Interactive, if you're watching this video, please listen to me. I'm not trying to shit on you guys. I'm giving you tough love. Because here's the thing. This game can be something amazing. But it's not going to be amazing when nobody wants to play your game, when the shit you're putting out is the worst fucking thing you could put out, which is a unpolished mess. You guys need to go back to the drawing board, and you really need to rethink about how you proceed from here on out. Because what you put out today and even yesterday, what a letdown, man. What a fucking letdown. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll get back to regular programming in a bit. And I will definitely keep covering this game, but wow, man. So, yeah. Anyways, take it easy, guys. I'll see you guys next time.